So here's the thing, not every makeup or beauty product out there is going to make you like gasp, faint, and see God. But that doesn't mean that they can't be like ride or die essentials, like the ones that never leave your purse or never leave your makeup bag, the ones that you will always go back to time and time again, that are reliable. None of these products are like the sexy products that you're going to see going viral on TikTok or have some like 15-year-old influencer is like, oh my God, you guys, I just discovered this. They're not going to care about these products. These are what I call kind of the underrated heroes of my personal makeup collection, the ones that are doing all the dirty work behind the scenes. Today I'm going to talk about 10 makeup and beauty products that I am using constantly, but no one is really talking about them. They're not like flashy, they're not trendy, they're not viral, but they are doing the damn thing. So if you want to know what products are quietly keeping this space together, barely, by a thread, keep watching. All right, you guys, we are going to jump into it. I am looking at 10 products, and to be honest, like I cheated a little bit here and there because some of them I want to show you like multiple colors or styles of the same product, but it's the product that I'm talking about. I'm going to start here. By the way, these are in no particular order, but this is the only thing where I was like, can I really call this an underrated hero? And I believe I can, and I'll explain why. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Gel Tint, okay? The reason I was confused and I wasn't sure if I could put this in there is because when this came out, everyone was talking about it. Like, I feel like this was a viral TikTok thing. This was all over YouTube. And then radio freaking silence. Like, no one has been talking about it, kind of including me, if I'm being honest. I think that this has become one of the most used makeup items in my collection. So this is somewhere in between a very light tinted moisturizer and a very light coverage foundation, okay? So this is still more on the tinted moisturizer than the foundation side, but I am wearing it today. This is gorgeous. It does a fantastic job of evening out the skin, but still leaving that glow. I know people who have used this with oily skin, and I have normal to dry skin. I've known people who've used it also with dry skin, and I don't know anybody who does not like this. A little bit goes a really long way. I am almost done my first tube. This is actually like all just air here, and I already have a backup because that's how much I love it. So my shade is 5, by the way, and I could probably go like a half shade deeper if I'm being honest, but I love, love, love this. It just feels so good on the skin too. Like, it doesn't feel cakey, it doesn't feel gross, and it's not so light of a tinted moisturizer that you can't even tell you're wearing it. I don't know, I really love it, and I feel like the talk has really not even just died down. I feel like it's stopped altogether about this, but this is like such a staple in my collection. This is probably one of my favorite products of the year so far. Is it my #1 favorite product of the year so far? That's hard to tell, but I feel like it might be. Sticking with complexion. Okay, I am calling this one underrated because it's such a boring product, okay? I have talked about it several times. I know other YouTubers or Instagrammers talk about it as well, but I don't think I can adequately say how amazing it is. This is the Sigma Spectrum Color Correcting Duo. My shade is light to medium, okay? Can you tell how hard pan I've hit in both of these shades? And this, I think, is my 3rd one that I'm about to finish, and I have already purchased a backup in my collection, okay? I use both of these shades equally. I know a lot of people use them for color correcting, right? So they use one for one thing, one for the other. I literally just go beep, 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 and under my eyes, and it's so good. It is so creamy that it spreads out evenly, and it goes on thinly, okay? Now, I will say, if you are somebody who likes to take your concealer and paint it on and make these huge triangles, this is probably not for you. This goes on a little bit lighter, a little bit creamier, and it does just feel so good on the skin, and you can build it up. You can build it up, but this is not a full coverage concealer by any means. And also, by the way, they call this a color correcting duo. They don't even call it concealer. I've used this for concealer since the day I got it, and it is my hands down favorite concealer. I love my Salt New York one. I love a couple of other ones. This is the one I constantly go back to though, and I just love it. And I want to say that the duo is $30. So if you are using it for color correcting, that's also, you're getting like 2 products for $30, and they are always having sales, Sigma, and you can always use affiliate code, so you can get it for less than that. But I freaking love it. I dug my finger in. Do you know how much product that is? No. I feel like that's the perfect example to show you how like addicted I am to this product. The tiniest bit just came out because I dug my big fat finger in, and I almost just cried. Not literally almost just cried, but like I don't want to lose a speck of this. That's how good it is. I'm going to close you gently and put you down here. All right, I was going to move on to the eyes, but I have something else that could kind of go along with complexion. And this is a weird one because, again, I have multiples of this, but it's different but the same. Anyway, this kind of powder puff, okay? I have 3 of them by 3 different brands. They are all similar though. They're all a sort of velour puff, okay? They all have a little finger holder, if you will, on the back of it. And they all have a point at the top. This kind of tool, and I will link you to all 3 of these because I equally use all 3 of these. They're equally disgusting and dirty. But all 3 of these are so good for setting the under eye, setting the face in general, but especially under the eyes for me. I don't use a ton of powder, and I feel like this lets you use powder in the way that you want to. So I will dip it into my powder, usually a loose powder, and then I will press it into the sponge on the back of my hand and then go in. I never dip in the powder and then put it right on my face. Powder will go everywhere. It's gross. But when you press it in, the flawlessness that your skin will like experience. And the thing is, again, this is such a boring product. Okay, this is not flashy or sexy, but this is something I use every single day. If you don't have one, I highly suggest getting them. So the ones that I have, this one is by Singe Beauty. This is the thinnest of the 3, which is really nice. It's so soft, and this is also the pointiest of the 3. Never so pointy you're going to hurt your eye, but it fits so well into that under eye corner. Then the next one is by Unearthly. This is the biggest and poofiest one. This one's great for setting the whole face, but also under the eyes, it still gets in there. And then the third one is by Beauty Blender. What's interesting about this is that it has 2 sections. That looks so dirty. But it has 2 sections. This top part is almost like a foam, like, I don't know, a spongy, like, okay, you know those cheap disposable sponges? So you can use that side. I never ever use it. Now you can put your hand either here where it is kind of satin lined, or there is also a strap on the back. So this one is really good also for getting in the corner. They all 3 are. All 3 are. If you do not have one of these kind of sponges, get one. They will not change your life. I was going to say they're going to change your life. They're not. They're not. They're makeup sponges, you guys. We're just here talking about freaking sponges, but they will help to perfect your under eye, and I think you will love them. Okay, let's move on to eyes. First, I want to talk about my favorite eye base primer, because here's the thing, no matter what look you do, okay, whether you're doing a big blown out graphic liner smoky eye, or you are just doing a wash of shimmer on the lid, I personally always use eye primer. I want my makeup to last as long as possible. And again, it's not a sexy product that people are going to talk about because it doesn't look like a badass color story or something like that, right? My favorite eye base have become the Sigma eyeshadow base primer, okay? I have 2 of them, and the colors I have are Ignite and Persuade. They look very similar, and that's kind of because they are, okay? Ignite is pretty much my personal exact skin tone shade, and Persuade has just a touch of pink to it, but not even enough where you would recognize anything. If you like didn't wear eyeshadow over it, it would probably look like my skin tone personally. If you are of a deeper skin tone, these will look quite light on you, these 2 shades, but these are a crayon format, okay? And you can see there, and they just go on, and they're sort of, you can see the line there, sort of not waxy feeling. They are very, very creamy, but they feel like a crayon. But here's the thing, they blend out so easily in seconds, and they just hold your eyeshadow on like no one's business. These are like super glue for your eyeshadow. These will make your shadow last all freaking day. Now, there are plenty of other like liquidy primers, you know, like the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I still use it. I still like it. But on days when I want my shadow to last all day, which let's be honest, that's most days, I'm using these every single time. Now, one thing I will say about these 2 is that the price of these has gone up since the last time I purchased them. So I noticed, I want to say these are $30 each now. Again, though, like I was saying with this Sigma product, they always have sales. So I would wait for a sale, absolutely. But grab yourself one of these and let me know what you think of these, because I think that a lot of you guys are really going to like them and see that they hold your eyeshadow on better. Okay, this is the one that's going to seem like the biggest cheat, okay? But I'm really talking about the product here and not necessarily the color, but I do have 6 colors of this thing, so I'm going to talk about them. And I've talked about these before, and what's interesting is that these are talked about as an eyeshadow and base. I have used them for both, okay? This is the Melt Melt It Liquid Shadow Eyeshadow and Base, or Liquid Eyeshadow and Base, okay? Like I said, I have all 6 colors. They are incredibly, incredibly neutral, okay? There's no vibrant green here. There's no smoky gray. There's none of that. What we have are essentially, look, we've got a white and a black, and these all come separately, a white and a black. And then you've got kind of like, how do you like your coffee? Do you like your coffee black? Do you like it with a touch of cream, maybe a little more cream, or do you like it super creamy, okay? So these are so wonderful. I use these so often. So they have a doe foot applicator, okay? They have a doe foot applicator, but the way that I like to use these is by taking them on a brush and brushing them all over the lid. And there are so many things that are so great about these, but my favorite thing is the fact that they don't dry down in seconds. I feel like a lot of liquid shadows dry down so fast and you don't have time to move them around and play with them. These you do. You can play around with them, you can blend them out, you can get such a smooth, easy blend with these, and they are in colors that every single person can use. Now, I mostly use the black and the white as bases. I will still use my Sigma base and then go over these because certain shadows will look really good and really pop over a black or a white base. So I never know what the white one is called. The black one is Night Swim. This one's just called Ultra White, okay? These are so good, but I also use all 4 of these a lot. You can use, this is the color I use most often out of all of them. This is Nudist, okay? This is the second darkest brown. And all over the lid, just by itself, no other eyeshadow, this is the perfect smoky eye. It makes my eyes look so blue. I love it. Like, I genuinely use all of these colors equally. But if I had to recommend, oh God, how do I recommend one color? Okay, so honestly, like more than any of them, as a base, I use the black base Night Swim often, and then as a color, I use Nudist the most often. They are so good. You will be happy with any of these. The quality is so good and so funny because Melt is known for coming out with these palettes, these color stories that are amazing and mind-blowing, these licensed collections like Beetlejuice, Nightmare Before Christmas, that when they came out with nude colored liquid eyeshadow, the internet was silent. Everyone was so quiet about these, and these are some of my favorite products in my whole collection. Love them. Again, Melt is a brand that often has sales, so keep your eye out. Just love them. This next one is not going to be a surprise to anyone who has been on my channel, but again, like, it's one that I don't hear people talk about. And also, there are so many products out there that are trying to do, in my opinion, what this one actually does, and they are doing it so much worse than this one actually does. So this is the Surratt Autographique Black Liquid Liner. I have this in a couple other shades too, so I don't know why I said black, but the black is the one I use most often. So we do have a very, very fine tip brush, okay? The other favorite thing that I have about this is that it is refillable. So you can buy just the ink cartridge rather than having to replace the component each time. But the best thing about this, and what I want every liquid eyeliner to do, is just, it is solid, opaque black, and it is matte. That is what I use every single solitary time I do black eyeliner, which is every single day, okay? It is every single day. This is the only liquid eyeliner I use at this point. And forthcoming, this is going to be the only liquid eyeliner I use forever. As long as this product is around, this is going to be the one that I use. Will I test out others? You know what? I'm not sure I will, because I don't need to, because this does what I need it to do every single time. That's a bold statement. But every single brand has a liquid eyeliner that is black, and it's just never as good as this one in my experience. This one is so good. This one is a little more on the pricey level, and I do not care. I do not care, because if you are somebody who wears liquid eyeliner often, this is the only one I will ever recommend, like, for the time being, because it's so good and it's so sharp and it's black and it's so pretty. I really, really love this though. Like, I've tried a bunch of products from Surratt, and I think that they're in general just like a really good brand. I think they're a great brand for people who wear more minimal makeup and who like a very neutral look. And then they come out with this banger. This is the greatest thing they make, in my opinion. How many have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we've got 10. All right, for eyebrows. I feel like eyebrows are also kind of a boring thing to talk about. I actually have 2 products. that I use so often, and it's not like a flashy thing. Again, this one I've been using, both of these I've been using for so many years. Dudes, the Kosas Airbrow. This is what I'm wearing in my eyebrows today. This is all that I'm wearing in my eyebrows today. So this is an eyebrow gel, a tinted eyebrow gel. The color I get is medium brown. Yes, medium brown. This is easily my third or fourth tube of this, and I have purchased all of them on my own. I love this so much. So it does have a very light hold, but it has a great tint, and it is so easy on days where I'm running out the door, or maybe I need to hop on a work call and I need cameras on, and all of a sudden I'm like, I look like an actual dumpster fire. It takes literally 10 seconds, under 10 seconds to run this through both brows, and I already feel more put together. This is one of those products that if I lost my whole makeup collection, knock on every piece of wood, this would be one of the very first things. This would be in that first batch of things I repurchased, because it's like a ride or die for me. This is one where I will continuously come back to it. When you look at tinted brow gels, again, so many brands have them. This is the only one I keep coming back to time and time again. I love it. And then sticking with eyebrows, guys, this one is so old. The NYX Brow Glue. This is so good. There are so many like brow glues, brow pomades, brow laminators, things like that. And this is the one for me, okay? I have heard a lot of people say they don't love this one, but if you have brows that are unruly or you want them to look fluffier, things like that, this is what I always recommend to people. This holds my brows where I need them to. Now, I'm not wearing it today. I'm only wearing the Kosas. But this gives me a laminated brow look, and I love a laminated brow look. The way that I will apply this, so it does have a teeny tiny, whoops, a lot of glue came up there, teeny tiny spoolie on the end. I will run this through my brows backwards first. I will run it against the grain, okay, brushing almost into like towards my nose. Then I'll let that sit for maybe 1 minute and then brush them into place. And because you've given this a chance to coat every single eyebrow hair and then you're putting in place, it lasts all day and it looks so good. Now, I've heard some people say that they have had this give like a white cast or something. I've never had that. The only one I've used is clear. I do believe they make a tinted one as well. Oh my God, I am so almost out of this. I just looked, it's like, look, can you tell? It's almost gone. Okay, I need to get another one like this weekend. But this has never given me a white cast. It's never made my brows feel crusty. I love it. Is this the only like drugstore product I have? It kind of is, right? And I freaking love it. We have 2 more to go. So this is another one that's kind of a cheat, but kind of not, because I use these equally, okay? So you can buy a lip balm at the dollar store. You can, okay? But I am somebody who, I have very dry lips. I always have. And also, I kind of have a little bit of an addiction to lip balm. I always have. Like, guys, when I was in school, like when I say school, I mean like middle school, I used to carry around a contact lens case with Vaseline in it. That is so gross to admit. But I always like to feel something on my lips, which I know is weird. But as of late, these have been my favorite lip balms that I've used in a very long time, and these came out, both of them, years ago, and I use them equally for different reasons. So these are by Auric, and they are the Plush Ritual. So I have both the stick form, if you want to call it that, or the tube form, excuse me, and the pot form. Now this is what I keep in my bag. This is what I keep in my bag. So what's so cool about it is you squeeze the balm out of here, and then there is this cold metal bit on the end that you use to rub it in. This helps my lips instantly and leaves it so I'm not putting on lip balm as many times throughout the day. This really sinks in and my lips like feel so good. Like this is just always in my purse. I had to take it out of my purse for this video. But the one that I use when I want a little something extra is the pot form. So this color is Bare, and I say color because it is a very light nude. Like you really can't see it on the lips. Has a beautiful like vanilla scent. And it is such a luxe package, and it really is a mask for me. This sinks in, but it still leaves that beautiful glossiness with a hint of color. It is so beautiful, and it makes you look put together even if you're not. But what's really pretty about this and makes it even more luxe, we have a mirror on the top, and in here is a little tiny actual like jade spatula that you can scoop it out with and apply. It is so good. Like, honestly, these two have a very similar formula in that they sink in while still leaving your lips feeling really, really hydrated for a long time. And I love them. If you ask me which one I recommend more out of these, it's the pot. The pot is my absolute favorite, and I love that touch of color. I love that shine. I love the smell, and I love that I feel like this one is a tiny bit thicker and stays on your lips longer. So yeah, these are my favorites. And finally, this is one that's incredibly sexy. I'm not gonna lie. I said this was like an unsexy video. This one is sexy to me, okay? Damn, I'm lying. This is not sexy. This is the Supergoop Play SPF 50, okay? And I buy the biggest one that I can every single time there's any kind of sale, whether it's on Supergoop's website, whether it's the Sephora sale. I love this, and it is the only sunblock I use on my face every single day. I have different ones that I use for my body, but this is the only one that I use on my face underneath makeup every single day. And you guys, I have had something so successful happen. When I bought this big one that makes it real easy to put on, my husband has started using sunscreen on his face. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. To be fair though, he was not really using sunscreen because everything made his face like break out, or it would like clog his pores to the point where he'd be like sweating it off anytime he put sunblock on his face. This is the only one that has not done that to him. And I love it. So I can see in the shadows, we're down to like here already. I'm gonna need to get more, but this is, in my opinion, the best facial sunblock that you can buy. End of story. I'm just going to leave it there. And that is it. Those are my 10 most unsexy but underrated products that I really genuinely use like on the daily, that I would run out and buy if I lost my whole makeup collection. So now it's your turn. Please stop for a sec. Tell me in the comments below. What is a product that you use so often? Maybe you've purchased it multiple times. Maybe if you lost your whole makeup collection, you'd buy it again immediately. What is that product for you, or those products? Leave them in the comments down below. If you like this video, please take a second, give it a thumbs up, but I'm also gonna put another one here for you on the screen that I think you'll also dig if you're into products that maybe aren't flashy. They're just good products. But thank you guys so much for watching. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout. And as always and forever, you're super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.